Hey everybody, it's Mrs. T again, and in this video we are going to talk about reflection journals and quizzes. These are two of the categories of assignments that get you your points this semester. I think actually this video we're just going to focus on reflection journals, and then I'll do another short one on the quizzes just so you don't have to, if you need to come back to this video later on in the semester, sometimes students will ask me a question, how am I supposed to do this? And instead of giving them a long monologue in a text message, I'll say, rewatch this video and you'll see some of the details of how to do something. So anyway, so let's focus on reflection journal assignments for this particular video. Okay, so behind me on the screen you'll see the sociology summer class, and so I had in the syllabus video we had the physical geography syllabus behind us. Now we're going to have the sociology class behind us, and so this is the view that you'll see when you get to our main page. Okay, and so there's always, what you're supposed to do is always go to announcements and read what the announcement is, because I send announcements out regularly. But where I'm going to take you now is course content, so that you'll see what you are supposed to look for while we're going over this video, what I'm going to describe to you while we're going over this video. So everything in this video is in the Start Here folder, so click on the Start Here folder, and you will see a lot of information. I've got some more videos to post right here. At the time I'm making this one, I got some more videos to post. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 videos at least. Oh, there's a 5th video. Okay, and so there's information in here about the different assignments. You have to watch all those videos before you take the first quiz, because there's also a quiz link in here, and it's got questions on the quiz about these assignments that I'm going to give you a tour of right now. Okay, so one of the things that you'll see in the Start Here folder is this reflection journal and quiz instruction list. Okay, and so these are the instructions that if you want successful completion of this assignment, you will follow these instructions. So I'm just going to go over them quickly with you now. I'm not going to read them to you verbatim because you have reading skills and you'll be able to do that, but I'm going to go over the high points. So a reflection journal is designed so that you will take notes on every lecture that you're required to watch. I make most of the video lectures. Sometimes I curate videos that are already really well done and informative from other sources like National Geographic or other YouTube creators that have very good resources for us to use for certain lessons. But the vast majority of the videos that you're going to watch for our classes together are me, like this, with a dry erase board behind me. Maybe I filmed it in a classroom, maybe I did it in my garage, but it's me teaching you the content. And what you're supposed to do is participate with those lectures. You are supposed to pause me. You're supposed to rewind, if that's a word that you can say about a digital video, I guess. Rewind, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, so you're supposed to pause, you're supposed to back up, that's the word, rewatch stuff, take notes. The stuff that I've got on the board behind me in the lectures is like the bare backbone of what your notes should be, and you should fill in information from the discussion that we have. And you're going to take those notes from the video lectures, whether I made them or I curated them, because some videos are curated, some required videos are curated instead of just me making them. And you're going to take those at the end of a set of lessons, and you are literally going to reflect. You are going to look back on all of the content, how it flows, how it tells a story, how it builds a toolkit in your mind, a mental toolkit for you to be able to come to conclusions, for you to understand the world differently, whether it's the physical world or the social world. And you are going to summarize those notes in paragraph format. At least I don't take notes in a paragraph format. So when you go back through and look at your notes and reflect on what we have covered for that set of lessons, you need to pause and write in paragraph format, this set of lessons covered these topics. Here's what I learned about this topic. Here's what I learned about this topic. And this topic I didn't agree with. Here's why I didn't agree with it. That's the kind of response, reaction, reflection about the content from those lessons that you're supposed to do in a reflection journal. Okay, so you have to do 10 reflection journals over the course of the semester. We have 16 different lesson opportunities for you to do a reflection journal. Every single set of lessons, you have an opportunity to do a reflection journal, but you don't have to do one every single time. You choose which 10 of the 16 times you're going to write a reflection journal, and they're 10 points each. So this is 100 points of the total 600 points for our class. Okay, and you choose when you're going to do them. You decide, do I already know I'm going to go to Vegas that weekend, and so I want to maybe have all of them done beforehand so I don't have to worry about it that weekend? Some people like to do it that way. Some people like to look at the schedule and they like to say, okay, for the first 10 sets of lessons, I'm going to do every single one of those reflection journals. So the last 6 sets of lessons, I can just put my feet up by the swimming pool and have a margarita and not worry about it. And so that's up to you, however you want to handle it. Some people just forget about one, or their internet went out or something like that, and they miss it, not because they plan to miss it, but because they accidentally missed it, something within your own power or outside of your own power, and you missed it. And if that happens, no big deal. You're supposed to miss some of them, but please be responsible and think ahead. If you already know you need to miss something, like someone contacted me who is having surgery on a certain date or something and might need a little bit of flexibility. Here's your flexibility. Don't do a reflection journal or a quiz for the time that you need to recover from surgery, for instance. It's just a for instance, because you don't have to do one every single time anyway. And so it's built, the flexibility of attendance, the flexibility of this assignment is built into the schedule. So when you do decide to do one, summarize the notes as I described earlier in this video, and you have to do 300 words in your summary. That's the minimum. You have to do 300 words, as you see in this list right here. You have to do 10 of the 16. You have to do them before the link, before the due date. So there's a due date that you have usually if a lesson opens on Monday, you have till Wednesday night at midnight to submit the reflection journal for for that set of lessons. And so that's how it works. So the lessons open Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and Thursday morning. And whenever the lessons open, it's a little bit more than 48 hours until you need to turn in your reflection journal for those lessons. And so there'll be 4 reflection journal opportunities for each of the first 4 weeks that we have class together. And so there's your 16. Please plan ahead to make sure that you do all 10, because it's a super easy way to get 10 out of 10, because all you have to do is follow these instructions. That's all you have to do to get 10 out of 10 is just reflect on the topics, do it before the due date and time, because the link to do that goes away. You don't get credit. Make sure you write about the topics in those lessons. Make sure you do it in paragraph format. I'm looking back behind me on the screen here to read some of these things that you can see in the Start Here folder if you go to that. And make sure that you that 5 of the 10 reflection journals that are required this semester, 5 of the 10, you don't just reflect on the content without thinking about other things. 5 times, and you choose the 5 times. Very often during the lectures, I will make a suggestion about what you can do, and you can consider that suggestion and work it into your assignment. But 5 of the 10 times, you have to find some sort of outside source, something I did not require in the weekly lessons. So for instance, if in physical geography class we're talking about plate tectonics, you could use, oh mercy, it's a terribly inaccurate movie, but you could use the movie San Andreas, for instance, to evaluate whether that actually is realistic or not, you know, for the plate tectonics kind of motion that and here's a hint, it's not. But anyway, so in other words, you need to choose something in pop culture, a current event, a movie like this, a book, you know, something that you can cite for me that I did not already assign to you. You have to do that 5 of the 10 times. And so in sociology's lectures, in cultural geography's lectures, and physical geography's lectures, I often say, for an outside source, you could consider looking up something like blah, 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 and incorporating it into your discussion. And so listen carefully in the lecture videos and make note of anything that I might mention in case it interests you to use it as an outside source. So an outside source is something that you cite that I didn't already assign, and you can use any citation format that you like. This is not an English class, and I don't have this is not a research paper you're doing. It is an informal reflection. I want you to use the citation style that most of your instructors require. So the citations style that you have to practice the most, please use it for my class. It can be a very informal citation style. A lot of students, if they find a website that they want to incorporate into their discussion, they will simply provide me the link and say, on this website called blah blah, here's the link. It says this, and here's what it says, and here's why what it says relates to the class. So in other words, use the content of your outside source to convince me, oh, okay, I understand this content, and not only do I understand it, but I see content in the outside world that would really help others understand it too, and here's why. And so that's what your reflection journal is. And make sure that you visit these instructions regularly. They are in the Start Here folder. You have 1 through 8 instructions to follow. Every single lesson folder has a reflection journal opportunity, and you need to do 10. And when you follow these instructions, whether you agree with the content of the lessons or disagree with the contents of the lessons, you get 10 out of 10 if you follow these instructions, these 8 instructions back here. I didn't highlight all 8 of them. Let me highlight all 8 of them. There we go. I highlighted all 8 of them. And so yeah, follow those instructions and you'll get 10 out of 10 every single time. And I really, really want you to do 10 to get 10 out of 10. If you do 6 and only 6, I will want to shake you by the shoulders, but I can't. I'll just do it in my mind. I will want to say, why didn't you do more? Because if only you do 6, then you'll get a 60%. That stinks. Don't do that. Get at least 8 or 9 or better, 10, because there's 16 opportunities and you can skip 6. So I think that's very generous. Do you think that's generous? Like, I think it is. So anyway, get 100 on this assignment, okay? Don't make me find you and shake you by the shoulders. This is the easiest thing that you'll ever get 100% for, okay? So please do it for little old me. I want you to be successful, and this is fun, okay? And you get to say what you think and exercise those writing skills and reflection skills and communicate with me about the stuff that you like and that you didn't like and what you like to consume in your daily life, like current events or news or books or magazines or song lyrics or anything like that, movies, etc. So anyway, that's what reflection journals are all about, and text me with questions.